take you guys on stage with me. Mike and just a moment after wrestling. We did it last year here at Midtown Con. We're going to do it again this year. Do a little Q&A. Give an update on the progress of Memphis Wrestling. Guess who else is going to be on stage?
Also on CW30.
It's Mackenzie Barnes.
We have a show next Sunday.
What is she wearing? What is this shirt you've got on? A Posse t-shirt. We saw the Posse today on Memphis Wrestling sending out a warning or a threat, if you will, to Derek King and Ray Sanders just when you think it's all over. Probably only just the beginning. Anyway, we'll be taking the stage here in just a moment. You'll see over here. Great crowd out there. Very, very cool action figures here. All sorts of collectibles, memorabilia. See here the beautiful guys. I'm going to take you guys on stage with me here in just a second. I'm going to take my drink as well. Why not? What's up, Bo? How are you? Willie says, hey, Justin K. Toomer, the Gun Show will be a heated match. That happens live at the WrestleCenter next Sunday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is
the
time.
Gun Show versus K. Toomer.
Welcome to the stage, J.D. Reader, the host of the Back to Life podcast. And coming to the stage first, his guest, the only man I've ever known to sing My Maria more than Brooks and Dunn, Dustin Starr.
I can sing My Maria.
I'm JD from the Back to Life podcast. I also host a podcast called We Are Memphis Wrestling, formed Memphis Wrestling, obviously. So here we go. My first guest is the host and founder of Memphis Wrestling, Dustin Starr. What's up, man? How are you doing?
Oh yeah! What's up, Midtown Con? Yeah, having a good time. There's a lot of great action figures out there, merchandise, memorabilia. You guys are killing it today. I would have already spent about $500, but my Maria would kill me for it.
Did she ever call you my Dustin?
No. Very rarely does she would call me at all. So
one way to see about that. All right, let's have a seat, Dustin. So I know that I've asked you this question many times for podcasts and various other things. I'll probably ask you 100 more times before this relationship is over. Can you tell me the story of how and why? Okay, brief announcement. If you are parked in the AAA parking lot, you've got to move your car. They're going to start towing over there. Again, if you're in the AAA parking lot, please move your car. All right, now we got that out of the way. Dustin, tell me, how and why did you start Memphis Wrestling?
because I love Memphis wrestling, I love professional wrestling, I love Mid-South Coliseum, I love studio wrestling as a kid. I was fortunate enough for my parents to take me almost every single Monday night to Mid-South Coliseum. We even went when they were at the Pipkin building. And I'll never forget, I was scared to death. What was it, Leatherface?
I remember Leatherface.
With his chainsaw. And it was so loud and so scary. But even at Pipkin building, just grew up, loved Memphis wrestling. Growing up, it wasn't that I wanted to be a WWE superstar or a WCW superstar. It was all about Memphis. And so now, fast forward a million years now, it's very cool to be a big part of Memphis wrestling now.
Do you in any way worry about the history and legacy of Memphis wrestling is obviously a lot to contend with.
Do I worry about it?
Yeah, or is it a challenge for you to live up to it?
Man, no, I don't think so. And the reason that I don't think it's an issue living up to the past is because of all the great talent that we have now. You see these guys running around with spikes and face paint on. These are two mean dudes, but they've been wrestling for 20 years or more and have never really had a platform to showcase it. Now they're the tag team champions. they'll hit you with everything but the kitchen sink, and just a warning, they will go to the bathroom, pull out the kitchen sink, and hit you with that as well. Mackenzie Morgan is here. Tim Bosby is a 19-year-old sensation. Ray Sanders, and these are some of the rookies I'm telling you about. But man, I don't think, I'm not worried about living up to the expectation of the past because we have such great talent. I think we do a good job of telling stories, and I think that here in the next 5, 10 years when we're still rolling, we're going to be looking back at us kind of like we do at the classic stuff now. And the reason I say that is you never know who's going to show up at Memphis Wrestling. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had the MLW lightweight champion, Lindsay Dorado. We've had the NWA world champion. We've had the Ring of Honor world champion. I mean,
ECW champion.
You just never know who's going to show up in Memphis Wrestling, and the history is like Lawler, Dundee, Jimmy Valiant, and the list goes on and on and on. But those guys are still with us, and they're still making appearances and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's like, which WWE superstar is coming? Which AEW superstar is coming? You just never know who might show up in Memphis Wrestling. We had Bushwhacker Luke for crying out loud.
Oh my gosh, 76-year-old Bushwhacker
Yes.
Luke in the ring.
Rest in peace, Bushwhacker Butch, but I tell you, that was one of the most fun things that we've ever booked. It was a little selfish of myself and probably a couple of the other guys because we're such big Bushwhacker fans growing up. We were like, hopefully the people like this. And oh my gosh, it was just fantastic. He was so much fun.
So, there's lots of wrestling in Memphis. What do you think sets Memphis Wrestling apart?
Have you seen our TV show?
I have. But for those who maybe haven't,
go to youtube.com/@MemphisWrestling and just scroll through there for just a second, or head over to Facebook and look up Memphis Wrestling. I think what we're doing is far and away different than what everybody else is doing, where we're mixing not only talent that were homegrown since day one, and I use Mackenzie Morgan as an example, Ray Sanders again, Tim Bosby, those that have come in and trained from the ground up and are doing so good. Like, my whole first year of matches was terrible. I wouldn't even want to go back and watch those.
oh, same for my first probably 5 to 10 years of music gigs, but yeah.
But the group of trainees that I've told you about have had probably 20 matches total. And they're killing it. They are so good. I don't remember what the original question was, but man, they're so good. I would put them up against anybody, honestly.
Memphis Wrestling partners with a lot of folks in town. Most notably, maybe the Grizzlies, the Tigers, the Redbirds. How important are those relationships to you?
Very important, because I'm on payroll at most of those.
Yeah.
So not only do I already work there and have a relationship, partnership, and all that kind of stuff, but for those teams to support Memphis Wrestling and to support what I'm doing and what we're doing, gosh, it means the world. And this has been something that we had talked about. After 8 seasons now with the Memphis Grizzlies, I believe I'm probably right around the same with the Redbirds. So it's been a while now. We're going on close to 10 years. And so gradually all this stuff has grown. And I give a lot of the kudos and shout outs and all that kind of stuff to the Redbirds and the Grizzlies for doing wrestling nights. Even before we had Memphis Wrestling on television, by doing those wrestling nights, it just reminds the people that yes, we're rock and roll, yes, we're barbecue and blues, but also we are Memphis Wrestling. And so by those teams throughout the years doing wrestling nights and, Grizz slamming somebody through a table, or Rocky the Rockin' Redbird was on the show today, Pouncer, Tigers, we just were there. We're going to be back at AutoZone Park out in July. But partnering with those teams has really helped keep the heartbeat, the pulse of wrestling until we launched. And so now here we are full-fledged, and for them to be on board with us and working with us it's super cool. And also, we didn't really have to learn to like a new team. That's the home team. And before they were the home team, the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and all that, Memphis Wrestling was the home team because everybody watched it. And so now to be able to tag team with them, we're going to do some big things coming up.
When you get recognized around town, is it for the Grizzlies or is it for wrestling?
It's so crazy, I have no idea. I'm the guy with the hair. A lot of it is Grizzlies, but then also if I'm at FedEx Forum or if I'm at AutoZone Park, there's always multiple fans who will say, hey, you're lucky you didn't get your butt kicked today, or whatever. I'm like, wait a second, Mike Anthony's not going to kick my butt.
Yeah, you're the host of the show.
Yeah, so they talk trash to me or let me know what they do and don't like. And sometimes I even run into people and they yell, show enough for King Tuma.
Indeed, we should have brought King Tuma. When are you gonna, you have told me privately that you don't consider yourself wrestling retired. Or do you? Will we ever see Dustin Starr in the ring? Again.
Maybe. I'm not retired. I don't think I'll ever retire because...
You're not going to do the thing where you put your boots in the ring and leave them there?
You know what? Honestly, I think I did that like... I think I did that like 10 or 20 years ago.
Just by accident?
No, I'm done. I'm never doing it again. So it was like every wrestler in the world, especially Derek King. I think he's retired like 10 times already. But you never fully hang up the boots. I mean, if you do, you're kind of painting yourself in the corner because just imagine if the perfect story comes along.
Never say never, as the Undertaker says.
Yeah, you could sell some tickets to something that people want to see. Now, I will say I'm probably never going to do like headlocks, tackles, you know, and just go in and have a wrestling match. But I could see at some point somebody picking a fight at the desk and me having to tear off my suit and lay the smackdown on somebody. I could see that happen.
Before I let you go, because we got to get to the posse and Mackenzie, can you just
be careful with the posse, by the way.
I know, I've got to tread lightly there. Just let the folks know about some upcoming dates and places they can find Memphis Wrestling.
Yes, everybody, you can pull out your phones, go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. I said you never know who's going to show up here at Memphis Wrestling next Sunday, April the 16th. AEW coach and producer Jerry Lynn, ECW legend, is coming.
Yeah, ECW World Champion, Ring of Honor World Champion.
Absolutely, Jerry Lynn will be there. Also, James Ellsworth is going to be there too, so you never know what's going to happen with that. You know, Memphis Wrestling has got a little bit of an ECW flavor, it seems.
Very much so.
Rhino, Shane Douglas, Tommy Dreamer, who was just announced, he's coming back in May.
Gabe Sapolsky.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, Jerry Lynn fits right in there. So I guess we have to have Rob Van Dam next, right? Yeah, a couple people nodding on that one. But yeah, go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Our next television taping is next Sunday.
A week from tomorrow.
Right? You can get your tickets. Also, if you use the code ELITE, when you check out, you will save $5 per ticket. We've already put our tickets on sale for May the 7th featuring Tommy Dreamer, and I tell you, Tommy Dreamer is not coming alone. So you want to go ahead and grab those tickets right now, championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Also, we've got some fundraisers coming up. So you can actually tag team with Memphis Wrestling to raise funds for your school, team, nonprofit, or whatever the case may be. April the 29th, we'll be in Strayhorn, Mississippi. And then on May the 5th, we're going to make our first appearance at West Carroll High School for the football team. Out there, go War Eagles, but you can get all the information at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com.
Dustin Starr, thanks so much.
Hey, buddy, give it up. Before I leave the stage, I want everybody on the count of 3 to give me an oh yeah! 1, 2, 3, oh yeah!
Thank you guys, I love Memphis Wrestling. All right, my next guests are the reigning Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They're the guys with the spikes over here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Posse. Yeah, right over here. Take your time, fellas.
You always do. Might have to pass this between us.
All right, fellas. You look like you're in a good mood today. Here, you can use a microphone if you want. Yeah, well, sit down. Let's sit down. Let's have fun. Yeah? I'm in the middle? Okay. Oh, boy. Let's do this. All right, fellas. So you're the reigning Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Champions. How long has it been?
We are coming up on 8 consecutive months.
8 consecutive months. What does that mean to you to be one of the standard bearers for Memphis Wrestling?
Not just for Memphis Wrestling, but for tag team wrestling as a whole.
Indeed. What does that mean to you?
It's a huge honor to go out and represent our city, represent tag team wrestling. It's a privilege to really go out everywhere and represent Memphis everywhere we go.
Simon, anything to add to that?
Well, JD, I just wanted you to know that we're sitting awful close. So if you ask any questions that you don't want the real answers to, for every question you get wrong, I'm going to break one of your fingers.
This is going to be a really fun interview and really long too, I can feel it now. So tell me a little bit about how you two got together. Dustin said you've been wrestling together for over 20 years, right?
We actually both met in college.
What college was that?
Tennessee Marketing.
UT Marks?
Yeah.
Why are you telling my personal business?
Was that a wrong question? Was that one wrong?
Close. Tell them the classified version.
No, really, how did you guys get together, really? You met in college, and started wrestling?
Mr. Chris was a young man named Little Chris. And one day we were riding down the road and he saw a wrestling ring. And that's all it took.
True story. That's
That is an actual true story. And now years from later, that I don't know, 15, 20 years, I don't know. Now he is formed into Mr. Chris. So anybody in this place and outside, if you hear us, you put some respect on his name because he is a grown man.
I noticed he's Mr. Chris, but you're just Simon. Why not Mr. Simon?
Bro, I weigh 300 pounds. I've been Simon for a long time. If you think I need Mr. to slap the taste out of everybody's mouth, JD, you be the closest one, so you're first.
I make no such suggestion. When you guys first started, you didn't always wear the black and white stuff. You were much more colorful and different, maybe a different attitude. What changed for you guys?
We got tired of carrying all these freeloaders.
And so we just turned to the dark side.
We never turned to the dark side. We've been cheating since day one, except for these people out here in the audience. They sit here and cheer people. I mean, who's going to cheat? So that means each and every, person that's cheered us for the last 20 years, bought a t-shirt, supported each and every show we've been on, all of them were cheaters too. They just didn't know it. So why would you cheer a cheater when now nobody wants to cheer? All of a sudden, nobody wants to cheer. I can't believe that. So you, the people of Memphis, the people of the world, you are truly the heels. We are truly the saviors of Memphis wrestling. And shame on you. Shame on you, Memphis. Shame on the people of the world. Shame on YouTube. Shame on everybody else who's booing the posse. Because we are the greatest tag team ever. And Mr. Chris is the only person that's beyond, Mr. Chris and Dustin 5-star will not get the taste slapped out of their mouth. So anybody else, though, without a membership card to the original posse is eligible for a mouth full of taste, bam, slapped out your mouth, right?
I know that's real.
I mean, I'm just saying. Unless you have a membership card, you're eligible.
All right, before I let you go, I know you both did some work on the set of Young Rock. Can you maybe tell me about that? What it was like to be a part of a major TV show? Mr. Prince?
MPC pays well.
It does. Did you have fun mixing it up with the actors on the set? Did you get to consult any about how the wrestling was presented? What was...
All the actors stopped doing their own stunts after working with us.
The first day, I think Rocky Johnson was kind of scared. And then they said,
The actor playing Rocky.
yes, the actor. If Rocky Johnson was scared, I'd be scared too, but he's not really. But the actor was so scared, they said, you can't hit him like that. You don't hit him so hard. You know, and I was like, all right, come on, man. We're used to hitting grown men. This guy's a grown man, but he can't take it. And that's why he's an actor, and we're for real. This is our everyday clothes. Everybody out here is dressed in cosplay. This is not Oz. This is our regular clothes. When we go to church tomorrow on Easter, we're wearing this. This is what I wear. This is my tuxedo, my business suit, my suit to go to work, my suit to go to school. When I go to sleep, we have pajamas that look just as cool.
Seems like it would be hard to sleep at least on one side.
Yeah, I'm a side sleeper. He is too. That's the whole point.
Sure. All right. You guys are the kings of the Memphis Wrestling Tag Division. Tell me a little bit about where your next challenge might be coming from. What do you see ahead for yourselves and your continued title reign?
Well, I mean, first of all, the young lady that's sitting at the table, Mackenzie Morgan, I would love to get in the ring with one of those people like her, somebody who's one of those, what they call them, stars of tomorrow with 2 R's. I mean, that's ridiculous. You can't even spell star. It's 1 R. Everybody can't be Dustin Starr. He's the only one. 5 stars. No other one. All right, star of tomorrow, Mackenzie Morgan, Tim Bosby. I look at the tag match and both of them because I get so sick of hearing their name. Mackenzie Morgan, she's gonna do this. Timmy's gonna do that. I don't care about either one of those people. Only thing I care about is getting to beat them up. You see what I'm saying? She hits on me, I hit her back. I see her drop kick, people. She got the best drop kick in Memphis wrestling. And I'm telling her right now, if I see you today, I'm gonna slap the taste out your mouth. I don't care what kind of shirt you got on or what kind of thing you bought from the giving table. You spend $100, that's the only way you get safe today. And JD, before you leave here, I want to ask you 5 questions.
You can, brother. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris, do you have anything you'd like to add to the proceedings before I let you guys go? It has been a pleasure, Mr. Chris, Simon. Give it up for the tag champs, the posse. Can you believe this, Simon?
Hey, I'm just telling you, each and every one of you, you come to the WrestleCenter and you sign up, you can sign up just like these stars of tomorrow, and I'll put you in the ring after you pay the waiver, go through a little bit of training, and then we'll show you what real wrestling's supposed to be like. And JD, if you were any flavor ice cream, what would you be?
Pralines and cream.
I already knew it was going to be something like that.
Okay, the posse, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, you can't take these guys anywhere, I guess.
Okay, we're going to talk to one more person. Maybe we can trade up on the camera there. We've heard her name many times so far through the proceedings today.
I'm not social.
Let's give it up for Mackenzie Morgan, MKZ.
MKZ!
Hey, JD.
Hey, Mackenzie.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm about to go wear my posse shirts.
Oh, you're cool.
I was a fan of them.
That's an old school posse shirt back when they were friendly. Yeah.
Alright, let's
Let's have a seat. So, Mackenzie, you were here with me last time we did this at the Halloween Midtown Con.
Yes.
You were just sort of getting started as a wrestler at that time. How have things progressed for you since last year's show?
Well, I saw you in October. We had this interview. I just felt like I didn't know who I was at the time. And I'm still trying to figure out who is Mackenzie Morgan. I look at myself every day in the mirror and say, what can I do to make myself better? And since October, I think I've progressed a lot on the microphone, in the ring, in the gym, just being an overall better human being. I feel like I've even reduced my ecological footprint too.
How so?
Well, I ride bikes, and unfortunately I got pushed off the bike.
I saw that.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
I was a dastardly fellow, Tim Dosky, who did that to you.
That was really good. I was so rude. I thought we were friends.
Who pushes somebody off a bicycle?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought we were friends. We train together. We train together. We are the stars of tomorrow with Ray Sanders. You know what I mean? Draco. Like, we're family. You push me off a bike? Please. But yeah, I do reduce my ecological footprint too, so.
You were originally known as sort of the backstage reporter at Memphis Wrestling. How has the transition been for you from more of a backstage role to now one of the stars of the show?
Well, I talk to people more backstage. I ask them a lot of questions. I still feel like the backstage reporter because I ask K-Tuner all the time, well, what's up with you? Like, what's going on with you? And Gun Show and Marisa Strong. Ask everybody everything. I'm still a reporter at heart, but now I'm just in the ring beating people up, beating up Diana Taylor. I thought I knew that Cassandra going, but she kind of got me. But hey, next Saturday, I've got this big fatal four-way match, Shady.
Indeed, and I think we're going to be doing a feature on Memphis Wrestling Plus about your training process.
Oh yeah. Subscribe to Memphis Wrestling Plus. There's a lot of good things on that app. It's a Substack, right?
It is part of Substack, yes.
Yeah, we're on Substack. Subscribe to Memphis Wrestling Plus. I've been training 10 times harder for this match. I feel like Big John Dalton kind of got in my head for my match with Cassandra Gold, so.
Yeah, I never went to stars of tomorrow, John Dalton.
Yeah, well, he got in my head, you know what I mean? I still love him, but I kind of need to push him away. But yeah, I've been training 10 times harder. I can do 10 pull-ups. 10 push-ups.
That's 9.5 more than me at least.
Yeah, I can do it all now. I'm probably going to lift Cassandra Golden up over my head. Probably going to add Nick to it too. Maybe even Diana Taylor. Just going to press them all three of them.
And then pick all three stacked.
Yeah, I'm going to pin them too.
Someone you have crossed paths with in Memphis Wrestling is a well-known name across the wrestling community, the WWE star, in quotation marks, James Ellsworth.
I don't like James Ellsworth.
Do you want to expound on that? What is the history between the two of you?
Well, it was my moment for life. I was going to be a trios champion with Derek King and Ray Sanders, and then I get attacked. I don't really remember who attacked me. At the time I didn't. I just remember this distinct smell, and it smelled like downtown Memphis after a Grizzlies game. You know,
Yes. There's a staleness to it. Yes.
And then it comes to find out it's James Ellsworth, Matt Williams, Storybook Prince Gaston. I don't like what they call themselves, the Ellsworth Enterprises. Come on, give me a break. They attacked me. I'm not a big fan of Ellsworth. I wasn't a fan of him when he helped Carmella win the Money in the Bank because it's a women's match and he's a man. So to me, I was like, oh, well, you're a man in the women's division. Obviously, you're not man enough to be with the men. So he tries to go to our division and tries to break